welcome back. Today we're doing some cooking and we are going to be doing a breakfast because breakfast is really important, but it's a difficult one to get right because always in the mornings, well, if you're anything like me, you're in a hurry. I've got 2 children to get ready before I get out of the house, dog to feed, husband to do breakfast for. It's always a rush in the mornings. So I find that it is absolutely crucial to have something that's ready to go, that can either just be eaten on the go or can be put in the oven and is ready rather than faffing around with lots of different things in the morning. So I have to be prepared when it comes to breakfast, otherwise it just all goes badly wrong. So I'm going to tell you about my breakfast burritos, which are full of lots of really good things, and they're really great because you can make them ahead of time. Put them in the freezer, and then literally stick the oven on in the morning. They can go straight from the freezer into the oven, and then they're ready for you to wolf down quickly, or you can even keep them wrapped in foil and have them on the go. So that's what we're doing. That noise in the background is Fidget, who's here with us again today. Just to go through the things that we've got here. We've got a sweet potato, medium-sized sweet potato, which is peeled and chopped up into small bits. We've got some onion, again chopped up nice and small. We've got 2 red chilies. Now I don't deseed my chilies because I quite like a bit of heat, but if that's too much for you, then obviously just deseed them and then chop them finely. Usually I would use a red pepper chopped up small, but I haven't got any, so today I'm using a green pepper. Got about 100 grams of spinach here, just roughly chopped. Ball of mozzarella. I usually use cottage cheese in this recipe, but today I didn't have any cottage cheese, so I'm using mozzarella. 3 large eggs and some tortillas wraps. Oh, got some coconut oil as well. So we're going to start off by just popping a bit of coconut oil into a frying pan. Oh, I forgot one thing. We've also got black beans. A tin of black beans just drained. Okay, so once you've got your pan nice and hot, I'm just going to set that down a little bit. This is really easy. We're literally just going to pop in the sweet potato, pop in the onions, the chilies going in there, peppers, give it a little stir. And then we're just going to leave this just to cook gently for about 8 to 10 minutes. Really what you're waiting for is for the sweet potato to cook. I quite like it if it gets a little bit slight caramelization, which is really nice. So you might have to just turn the heat down a little so that the onions don't burn while it's cooking. Yeah, it should take about 10 minutes. Okay, so once those have had about 10 minutes, we are going to add in the spinach, which as I say is just roughly chopped. Oh, give that a little stir and throwing that everywhere. So these burritos are really good because they're full of lots of really good stuff. They're great post-workout. I always like to get my workout done first thing, so breakfast is even more important in terms of what I'm putting back into my body. I'm just going to grab the black beans and just chuck those in, stir those through. Getting all sizzly over here. I think the thing with breakfast is that it really sets you up for the day. If you make a good decision when it comes to breakfast, then you're much more likely to make good decisions for the rest of the day. Like I always find that if I've had a healthy breakfast, then I'm more inclined to have a healthy lunch and so on and so forth, and not eat bad stuff during the day. Whereas if I've had a bad breakfast or missed breakfast, it's just a bad start to the day, and it tends to go wrong from there on in, really. Okay, so we've got those all stirred through. So what we're going to do now is just get our eggs, crack those in. We've got 3 of these, and then give them a bit of a whisk up. And then this is just going straight in the pan and just stirring that through. And really now we're just waiting for the eggs to cook, and then it's just just an assembly situation. Okay, so while the eggs and stuff are all cooking through, I'm just going to chop up a bit of this mozzarella. I'm cutting it quite thin because you really only need a little bit in each burrito. And if, as I said earlier, I would usually use cottage cheese, and that's just probably like a 300 gram tub I would usually use, but that's for 8 burritos, so that's divided up. And it's probably about a tablespoon in each. Just spread on the bottom of the burrito before you put the mixture in. It just cools them down a little bit, and it works quite well with cheddar though as well. Okay, so we're into assembling now. I'm going to put a little bit of mozzarella, like so, and then top it with a bit of our potato and egg mixture. Now you don't need too much because you want to be able to close the burrito properly. And sometimes when I first started making these, I always used to put too much in, and then it just sort of leaks out. So a bit of a disaster. So, folding over, and then that one, and that one. Ta-da! We're just going to do those with the rest of them. Now what I do is I then wrap them in a little bit of foil, and once they've cooled down, they can go straight in the freezer. So just wrap it over, scrunch the ends up, and there we go, it's a big presto. Let's do another one here. A little bit of mozzarella, a bit of the mixture. Fold, fold, over, and over. So just finishing off my last one. Wrap that one up. And there we have it. A nice pile of breakfast burritos ready to cool down and go in the freezer and then be eaten when you're ready. So all I do is I pop them in the oven at 200 degrees for about 35 minutes from frozen, or 20 minutes if they're defrosted, and keep them in the foil because they stay warm then, and you can either then eat them on the go or cut them straight away and eat them straight away. Either way, they're super yummy. So do give them a go because breakfast is really important to get right, and this is a really good, yummy, well-balanced breakfast for you to try. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.